Hello, everyone. How's it going? Good, good. Uh, yeah, it's been a crazy busy week. Still finishing I wish I had more stuff on my desk. I always like take the project off of my desk before I stream, just because otherwise I'd clutter into everything. But I am happy to announce that my law enforcement license plate reader and my adversarial noise attack on law enforcement license plate readers was a success. So that's good. In real life, tested it by like printing overlays on plates and stuff. So yeah, that was fun. Um, yeah, now I just realized that's going to be a really difficult video to title. um, what else am I into? Another thing that I really want to get. Is anybody familiar with Meshtastic? I've like made some Meshtastic. I made this so the brilliant engineering, so you could put this on a table or something, and the antenna sticks up. I don't know why I did that. Maybe so you could do it on the bottom, so this sticks up. It'd just be like this tentacle. Um, if anybody's familiar with Meshtastic, uh, it's like, I mean, it uses ham radio essentially um, to text people. And so, for example, if as long as I was connected to a node, as long as somebody somewhere within my area, depending on how big your antenna is and all that stuff. But as long as somebody in the eastern portion of Atlanta also had Meshtastic and so on, then I could text Cameron, Venus Theory, or somebody, whoever if another person that has it across the country or world. And there is no service; it's completely decentralized, which is pretty fantastic. Um, yeah, you know what sucks about collabs? I mean, other than socializing, no. You know what really sucks about collabs? Because I have so many great videos with YouTubers that almost anybody here is familiar with that I talk to on a somewhat frequent basis about ideas where we share ideas back and forth, but YouTube just doesn't have the framework for it. Like they just don't have like for example, some of my content, like a really good person to collab with is Patrick Boyle, right? Like Patrick Boyle, I love his channel. I think his style of comedy is brilliant. His economic analyses are utterly brilliant. He's a brilliant person. He's a lovely person. I talk to him all the time. We're great friends at this point. We definitely, I have maybe 10 videos in my idea list that would be a perfect collab with him because he would fill in all the blanks where I'm, a little insecure in my research and stuff like that because he's technically, I guess he's an economist. Um, so what do we do? Do we film it and then release it on my channel? And then he doesn't, then he goes a week without having content on his channel, or do we release it on his channel? You're like, why can't we just cross release videos? It would make so much sense. Like I've been complaining about this forever since the early days. Where it was just like they really, really make it impossible to collab unless one person has everything. And so some of the I collabed earlier this year with Sarah Matthews. She's an astrophotographer. Uh, flew her flew her and her partner to Georgia to teach me astrophotography because the whole point of the video, which once I actually get the hang of astrophotography, it's very difficult if you haven't imagined. I really want to make a video that would kind of help newbies like me understand it, but yeah, and it's just one of those things where it's like I had to pay her to do it because otherwise she gets nothing out of it. Like it's not like I can't pay her and like, oh, people subscribe to your channel, don't worry about it. But yeah, um hey Ben, I consider my highly breathable short Meshtastic as well. Is your shirt blurry or is it my eyes? My eyes or it's blurry. Anybody, I'm sure someone here understands the reference of this. Of I wonder how good Google is. I'm going to try this really fast. I'm gonna do incognito mode as well. That way, nobody can. That way, it can't be my search history. I'm going to search what happened with a bike in 1943. Hey, look at that! It actually, in 1943, the trip that happened with a bike involved Albert Hoffman's first intentional experience with LSD. Due to wartime restrictions on car usage, Hoffman, after experiencing the drug's effects, had to return home by bicycle with the assistance of his laboratory assistant. This event commemorated annually as Bicycle Day. There you go. I know. It's the LSD holiday. Anyway, I probably sound like I'm on acid. So today on the stream, I was initially going to check out Ace Studio. If anybody's familiar with Ace Studio, I know some of our Sim Selections participants use it. Let's go to their website really fast. I've spoken to, I've spoken quite frequently. Let's actually look at the website. I've spoken quite frequently to the main owner and developer of this company. Probably, I mean, I've spoken to him probably a year now about the voice cloning, about using voice swaps voices. Basically, like anybody, every company in the world that's like making AI something or marketing it has, asked me to feature them on the channel. And whenever it's voice wise, voice stuff, I'm always like, well, what if you used our framework to pay your vocalist royalties, and then I have a very good reason to show it off because this is actually a pretty cool looking product. And I tried out a demo and it was interesting. And yeah, they have AI choir. So I wanted to try out AI violin because I haven't tried that yet. One thing that I'm very big on with my channel and streaming, as much as I can, unless I'm just absolutely can't do it, I really like to not ask for something for free. And it pains me because, it's like it's quite easy to get stuff for free if you have a large YouTube channel. But I like how there's probably like two people that are going to watch this that aren't familiar with my main channel, and they're like, "Wow, this guy thinks this is a large YouTube channel. What a jagoff." No, but I really, really don't want to owe anybody favors because it really felt that way. It's one of the reasons I got out of gear, right, or doing gear reviews and stuff. So so I was like, all right, I'll just buy it. I remember there being a free trial, and I also remember yeah, and I remember it being a subscription, which I'm, not terribly happy about. So I look, and here we go. Look at this. Rent to own. 100% money back guarantee. So you click it and you try with money back guarantee, which means you email somebody within 7 days to maybe get your money back. $16.58 a month. All right. Hell, I'll do that. Artist Pro, $22 a month. I mean, I guess I would want as many slots as possible, so I'll go with that. Oh my God, they make you sign in first. That too. Okay, so let's read the fine print here. Build yearly. You don't have the option of just buying it for 1 month or trying it out. There is no free trial anymore, other than a money back guarantee, whatever that means. So yeah, so you get like a like a $260. You have to pay $260 upfront to try it. That is just not great. Or you could buy it outright for $528 for that version. The buying outright thing, I don't know exactly. Here's my problem with buying it outright. The reason I was okay with the subscription model, the reason I was all right with that is because the last time I spoke to this developer, he told me that he was compensating the vocalists, and that was just his way to get me to shut up about royalties, to to get off my soapbox with that. But I was like, okay, well, whatever. It's a subscription. He's making the ends meet. But like when you buy it outright, how does that work? Like, does each vocalist just get a cut? And I don't know. I'm a little weird about that. Community made voice models, that's included. So I mean, that's like you're getting that with both of them. And then yeah, I'm let me go back to the vocal synth thing. Another thing that creeps me out a little bit is and I'm just kind of like off the cuff here. Sorry, I'm not really. I know they had something where they were showing, yeah, like I don't think these are real people, are they? Yeah. Let's see if we could find a source for that image. Only Ace Studio and YouTubers covering Ace Studio. All right. I know there's other. Well, yeah, it's also a person, so they're not going to be as. So yeah. Anyway, that's why I'm not doing that stream. I changed the thumbnail, and I decided to just make slop instead, which will probably be more fun anyway. Let me look at the chat really fast here. Yeah, I think it sounds good. From the demos, I have no idea. I'm used to be month to month. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So it used to be month to month. I used to have a trial. I don't get it. But the idea of something like this that you can buy outright, where I not only do have musicians that are contributing to the library, but I'm assuming that the inference is not happening on your so when you type something in for like the Vocaloid effect or whatever with it, which we could play with that too by Vocaloid here. When you type that in, I'm assuming that that's happening on the server side, but I don't really know. They don't really make it clear. And if that's the case, how can you just sell it outright, right? Like that means that at some point there's going to be a wind down or some sort of additional fee. You're going to have to buy credits after those 2 years, something like that. And I say that from, co-founding a company that does inference on the server side. Anyway, let's take a look here. So today we have Factoid. Play with that first. I know I've done that in Factor Synth before. I just like loaded random samples in here. And then I also have Newtone has some new stuff in their effects, and that's pretty wild. I just have a demo from them. And then I'm down to play with Vocaloid too if there's time, but we may not get there. Yeah, when you need their server to use it. So I'm like the biggest. I'll quickly go off on a tangent here. I'm like the biggest fan. So the thing I like about AI a lot, the one thing that I like that I think could be possible with a company like VoiceSwap, within months, I was like, okay, here's a royalty mechanism. Here's how it should work. I was very pushy about that, and then I just got obsessed with localization. Everything run locally. I started looking up Steam's numbers, like how many, because Steam you can find some of the numbers about like the GPUs that their users have, and I found that like a lot more people have really high-end gaming GPUs, ones with like CUDA cores that could do AI inference and training on their own. And so I thought to myself, well, like, why is any of this happening server side? Like, it really, like you could be, what if we gave you a platform or, a program where you could be training your own music, your own voice, your own whatever, and make it very easy and we update it. And then if you want to sell it and have it watermarked, so nobody else could use it without the risk of getting caught and not compensating you. If you want to have it watermarked and get royalties on it. So, let's say Billie Eilish wants to make a voice model, and then decides that it's really crazy, whatever. It's like her imitating somebody else or, imitating some sort of weird sound or something. And she wants to release it as a product and get 50% royalty from every single sale. While well, it would probably be more than that if it's local inference. So, yeah, I mean, that really kind of frees everything, doesn't it? Like, you don't actually have to participate in the economy if you don't want to. You could just make a bunch of free stuff. Or if you want to get paid, then, rather than having to set up your own payment gateway and your own watermarking system, that would be what kept us making money to where we could pay developers to keep the software where you could train and do inference free. That was my big idea. The area where that really fell flat is, and I mean, I talked to a lot of people in the industry about this. on both sides of AI. The area where that really fell flat is that a lot of people just they don't even know what a GPU is, which is fair enough, But yeah, a lot of people don't know what a GPU is. They don't care what a GPU is. I was really high on Samsung and the whatever Samsung phone came out in 2024, the Galaxy. I have a Galaxy Ultra, whatever. I just can't even remember the model names because they're so uninspiring when they name things. But yeah, with that version, they actually have an AI chip that can do training and inference. You could train your own voice for God knows what, maybe for like voicemail. I have no idea what it's even for, but that got me really excited too, where I'm like, okay, well, if all these things can do inference, and there is no reason to do things server side. Well, now we know. If you want, it is actually. So the bigger point, the reason I'm even telling you this, is AI, the industry in general, is extraordinarily sloppy. Like it's as if you just had this entire industry where everybody raced to have new features and new products, and they didn't clean up their code, prior to that, and that's kind of where things are, and it's actually, it's actually quite mind-boggling how bad it is. And that's why, like, so for example, RTX 50 series, so the RTX 50, 70, 80, 90, that's the new NVIDIA GPU. That's their flagship, well, it's like their flagship consumer GPU is the 5090. Up until like a month ago, it didn't have, they didn't have libraries that supported PyTorch for it. Like they didn't update PyTorch to support that hardware. What that means is that Stable Diffusion, any music generator, any voice clone RVC, SVC, all these things that people were using that for, and then any AI art generator, things that run in Comfy UI, all that stuff just shit the bed. And so it was almost a year after they released this when they finally updated one of the most important libraries to use it. And it's like that's just one of many examples, and that's why so many things with AI, when you try to run it, you hear about it and then you try and run it, or you read a paper and you're like, oh, this is amazing, I can't wait to check this out, and then you actually try to run the code, and nobody can run the code because it's sloppy, and they made it and then they moved on to the next thing because they have to announce as many features as possible. And this is like, I'm not talking about the ethics of it, I'm not talking about any of that. So like, I'm just talking about why AI is sloppy and why doing any local inference is really hard. I've spent so much time like trying to crank out things in Python just from PowerShell in Windows, or even a standalone Debian install. It's ridiculous. it's a never-ending hunt. So yeah, anyway, that's why server side is probably required for this type of thing. But this isn't server side. This is all happening locally, which is pretty cool. Factoid. So the way Factoid works, I wonder if I could just like reset. Can I init? I'm sorry, I'm like either able to view my screen or view the chat. I have to choose between those two. I don't want to be lagged on the chat. Okay. Yes. Yeah, TensorFlow is sloppy for sure. The Justin Orin Nano. No, I've not heard of that. I do have a Raspberry Pi 5 here with a Halo chip, a Halo hat that has 26 tops. And again, the support for it is just garbage. It's just terrible. But the chip's actually pretty impressive for the amount of power it uses. Currently doing some developing with GTP5 for the first time. At it all day. How's it working? I've noticed one thing I've noticed a lot with Gemini, and I've used Claude too, but Gemini especially, just because I'm already a member of that ecosystem. I keep hearing about how amazing it is. I keep hearing how amazing Firebase is and all this stuff, Canvas. And like one thing that it consistently does that absolutely drives me up a fucking wall, like I will ask it to fix something, or no, I'll even ask it just to make something quick. Like, hey, can you make a script that will take all of these files and convert them to these files and chop them up like this? Like something that is very rudimentary that I could spend 30 minutes looking at, Python references to write it myself, but that's, AI's here. Let's do that. And it'll write something and it'll have an error, and then I'll just send it the traceback error to Gemini, and then it'll say, "Oh, right," and then it'll fix the error. And it's an error in the code. It's not like an error in a library or anything like that. It's just like directly in the code, and it's just like, wait, you're AI. How the fuck did this happen? Like, what is this, like a joke? Like, and it's happened so many times where I've done that like 8 times, and then it would finally get it right. And it was like, you of all people should be capable of like not having an error in here. Anyway, so almost every single time I've used it, it's taken more time for me to make something simple with AI than it has for me to just literally open up Notepad++ and go to town. But yeah, I'm interested to see how GPT-5 works with that. But I am a little worried. Like I've been seeing a lot of code on GitHub and stuff that's like, you can very much tell that it's 100% AI generated, that somebody just spent the day vibe coding. And like, yeah, it's one of those things where you're just going to have so much stuff in the next year or two that has 1.0, and you're never going to get an update. And I think that's what I'm worried about with vibe coding, because it's like exciting to me because I've always had a problem remembering things with coding. Like that's always been my big issue. It's like, especially when I switch language, if I go over to like processing in Java or something like that, I like, I'm like, oh, void setup. That's right. And then I have to, oh God, how do I launch a Venv, in this ecosystem? All that stuff's really difficult to remember for me. And I think that's just an issue with my brain. Like I, seemingly can't learn Spanish either and things like that. But so the AI coding or vibe coding was actually like, okay, so I actually know what I want to do, and I could write out on a board logically all the things that I want happening, but it's just like that rudimentary memorizing the references is my big issue. So AI actually is pretty good. But now I'm starting to realize that you're going to have a lot of software that you pay for, apps, on the Apple Store and stuff like that you pay for, and then when something's updated, when a library is updated, or when the next version of OS X, the next version of iOS, or the next version of Android or Windows or whatever doesn't support one of those older libraries, you're just going to run into this issue where like you can't actually pragmatically go through that code and simply make an update that has like a pip install in it. Like it's going to be much more difficult than that, which is going to result in a lot of people spending money on things that they that end up losing support right away. But we have a lot of bigger problems than that. You're fearful for the future. Very soon there will be more data breaches, like with the T app, because everybody's vibe coding now. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it could get worse than it is now. And I'm not saying that as like a feel good thing. Like I think after this security camera video, all the research I've done on it, I've like, spoiler alert, I without needing to know any passwords, without any level of cracking, without breaking any law whatsoever, I was literally able to surveil an entire small town in real time, 24 hours a day. I was able to get all the license plates from every single car using the ACLR cameras, and just like I could do it in VLC. Like I could literally do it in videos. Like I could run the stream directly here to OBS on the stream if I wanted to. Like it's just an RTSP stream. That's the state of how secure things are right now. It's absolutely mind-boggling how bad it is. And it's about, it's almost as if security, I'm not worried about security getting worse. I'm worried about more data brokers coming together with what they're able to get, and then making life worse for everybody, because now your whereabouts and your Facebook history and your relationship status and who you were in the car with when you went through the drive-through of McDonald's. All of that stuff's going to be in one big ball that law enforcement has access to. Anyway, let's make some music. Let's make some sad music. Yeah, I always have a soapbox, don't I? So let's grab a sound. Oh, you know what? We could generate a sound. I forgot that I had this open. If anybody's familiar with, here's a great slop factory. If anybody's familiar with Hugging Face Spaces, you could just kind of search for things like, oh, I want a, and I think I just typed sound, and they have all this shit that, you know, some of it's good, some of it's bad. Generally, if you're looking for things that are running up here, a lot of times you'll see things that are sleeping. Here's neural sampling, process source sounds. So I guess you just upload a sound and then it morphs audio, but it doesn't really tell you what it does. So I'm not going to bother with that on a stream. This one, all right, how about a machine gun that shoots dog barks? I mean, let's hear it. I would say like 50% of the time these don't work right, but the script itself, I'm sure the sound isn't going to be like. Yeah. Oh, look, we have guidance scales. Okay, let's increase that guidance scale. Slow down the rescale. More DDIM steps. And we have that's amazing. I'm generating a sound of a dog bark right now, and then Gary just took it over. So we have a dog being picked up right now. Yeah, I don't hear any dog barks, just machine guns. Okay, how about a dog barking very fast like a machine gun, and the pitch starts low, and did I just type a law? No, it's a weird font. The pitch starts low and goes up higher and higher until it is in ultrasonic territory. Oh yeah, that wasn't Gary was not scared of that noise. Gary my partner came home. Gary was like, "Who's that?" I don't really know. Okay, let's just try and find something we could use or not. I don't know. Oh, this also has audio editing and in painting, which is very bizarre. I didn't generate that sound. A bunch of dogs playing a C major 7 chord with their howls. Some of these can run locally on your GPU, by the way. Maybe it's possible that these are negative. That these things are negative. So let's drop the guidance scale and leave the guidance rescale halfway. Keep the steps down. This might help it be a little bit more accurate. Now it's angry at me. Well, we're actually going to be doing that, the two sound and morphing between it. That's Newtone can kind of do that, and then also Google's neural synth plugins can do that too quite well. That was like one of the first things. God, I mean, that was probably 2016 or something. It was right when Magenta first came out, Google's TensorFlow library. Do I have an example of it? I bet I do. Let me find it really fast. I will show you. It was like the first. Maybe I was the first artist because I was pretty deeply involved with Magenta. Maybe I was one of the first artists to have released music with AI in it, which would kind of make me a bad person. Okay, so this clearly is not working. This is just hung out. So I had plucks like this. And then I had a rhythm. And then I had...
Watch out, buddy.
I don't know what that is.
Hey.
No. Neural verb, McAfee. Oh yeah, control oscillator. Then I had this oscillator as a control. And the final version of everything. So yeah, if anybody recognizes that song, that was a good time. All right, so let's just find a normal sample without, maybe I could just find like, oh, the sample phonic stuff. Oh, these are only drum breaks. The sample phonic stuff is usually quite pleasant and chill. Hidden gems, melodic loops. Might be a little too complicated. Okay, so I'm gonna load this into here. And connect it to the host here. We're gonna have to enable some of these, aren't we? Oh, we gotta factorize it or something. There we go. I'm wondering what... Yeah, this might be like too complicated for what... This just essentially glitches the hell out of everything. Now, if we wanted to, bring that up here. That whatever this is in the end, I am scared of this. Oh, and we could also randomize all of this, which... Okay, let me find a drum beat. I did see those drum beats in here. from the same company, which is fun. Loops. I think all this is melody. Dungy bins, maybe? No. Oh, here they are. Vintage drum breaks. Oh, come on. Don't we have anything slower? I guess we could go with 140. Okay, whatever. We'll just choose the first one. And we're going to bring that into factoid. Let's remove it from the host for a sec. Got to factorize it. Okay, let's randomize. Also, another thing to point out really fast. Let me kill some of these. So this is clearly our bass drum, our kick drum. This one's actually like more useful. Like this is actually a pretty useful plugin if you really like to break. Because it's basically just like really creative stem separation. And you can mix it with the original. So I guess let's time randomize it. And then mix it with the original. I think I've heard of Rhythm Lab. Can I make this shorter? Is a good question. I feel like this would be way better if it was just like a... I remember seeing it somewhere. Like how many beats? There we go. All right. 16 beats. Let's crank this one back on. Sounds like the worst futuristic Guitar Center ever. Yeah, we need more. Yeah, this is not the same vibe at all. A lot of drum breaks here. Yeah, I feel like I kind of miss like going through a loop CD. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing now, but I kind of miss like the reason I don't just use FL Studio's loop thing. But I guess, yeah, this is what I would want. Okay, let's just load in here. Mute these two bad boys. All right. Let's make sure that loops. And then make unique. Then can we drag and drop it? Yes. All right. Now we're cooking. refactorize it. We also have two different algorithms to factorize. We could use two different ones. Okay, so this is our base. And now we could put an under something on it. Maybe. There's like no kick in any of these. Not that or like I just had tremendous hearing loss in the last 2 minutes. Yeah, there's like no kick. I just need something around 140. This will do it. All right, now let's hear it. Meh. I'm not really sure. Actually, I wonder if this has multiple outs. Nope. I was gonna say that would actually be useful. It would be an easy way to send your kick to a sidechain. Yeah, I feel like you either get really good at I feel like people really good at coding are as frustrated as I am with my lack of being good at coding. I bet there's like a much newer version to this, by the way. So I wonder if we could just like randomize this part. No, it's all randomized. Yeah, I guess if you did it like a half step, it would not sound terrible. I guess you could do it at 3, which would almost make it sound like a juke. Nope. 6. Yeah. And then if you like this, you can just do this, which is pretty handy. Yes. I don't know. I'm still not totally sold on it. I don't think I would use it for music. at this juncture. I guess if I needed something to like be inspired by, maybe. Yeah. All right, new sesh. I do use Bitwig, just not solely Bitwig, but I do use it. What's going on with my meter here? Something very tricky must have happened. Maybe I should reboot the DAW, maybe? Let's do that. It's another issue with, there's also a old version of FL Studio. I really should update it to that new one, but I've been yeah, no, I have Bitwig. I prefer FL Studio, but you know, I have my reasons. I prefer it, I think, just for the workflow. Like the piano roll is really just, there's nothing like it. I feel like once somebody gets slightly used to FL Studio's piano roll, they can't leave. But we'll see. I don't know. I in a weird way, I kind of actually, this is an effect. In a weird way, I sometimes get excited about wanting to use a new DAW, if that makes any sense. Like I part of me wishes that I was like, oh, I can't wait to learn Ableton or something. We have a new version. I just downloaded it before the stream, man. Let's try this again. Maybe I just... also, this is like a pretty hardcore way to go through plugins, isn't it? All right, so this one's weird. This is an effect, and I don't know what to use as a reference. I mean, ideally, I'd be playing the guitar or something, but let's just use like the most basic synth ever. How about 3 times OSX? Since we're talking FL Studio here, let's go back. Ooh, this added a little latency, didn't it? Another thing that'll happen anytime you're doing localized inference. All right. Okay, so I'm going to select a model, a charming marimba. I probably would want my hold to be off for this. We need like a marimba type of. Okay, so here's my sound, and pop it in there, and here is a marimba. Whoa, is the delay using inference, or is this just like a really weird delay? Nope, that's inference delay. That's interesting. So and then should have. This, through my detector, this wouldn't be detected as AI. Mine's kind of all or nothing. Mine just looks for, you know, ideally it's just, I mean, I can't say anything for certain because who knows, maybe it'll start glitching out at some point. But generally mine, if you go on Suno and type in a song description and then upload it to Spotify, that's when my algorithm will detect it. This, not so much. And there's a reason for that. I mean, it's obviously looking for signs of compression from when it was scraped, but there is one thing that I will not publicly say because it's like the only thing that could potentially be that information could allow them to make it a little bit more difficult to detect. And no way. All right, Miss Speaker. Let's Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I don't know what these are. Although I bet if they had proper labels, I wouldn't know what they were either. So. Oh, so this is almost like it's working kind of similar to a granular thing. So I wonder if I switch to like a saw or a square wave input. Kind of the same thing, huh? All right. No pitch. A Martian male choir. Oh, this one definitely. Let's change the mix a little. It's not pitch tracking very well, though. But I suppose it is a pretty interesting bed for... I mean, is this supposed to be what... Jesus Christ. Avant-garde sitar. I think some of these are also like not meant for just raw. Like let's put a beat into it. Put a beat in it. Okay, we could deal with this. This might be a fun one. Channel 3, 115. Let's go. Yeah, so this is almost more like make melodies out of drums. If there, I mean, I guess you could get around that delay by just exporting it, but that is kind of funny. African drum jam. Okay, this one's pretty good. All right, that's fun. I mean, we might as well festive Latin jams. It's interesting. Space mission radio. Ooh. That's funny because I was thinking you could make your own models with this, and I was like, oh, I gotta make a radio, a weird radio noise model, but this is kind of doing that. All right, unintelligible 911 calls. Jesus Christ. It's a weird idea. Not sure if I'm seeing the vision with that one. Modern drum machine. Oh, I see. And let's hear that Bach violin, of course, wherever it was. I saw it. Yeah, there it is. Classy Bach violin. Okay. I think we kind of went through all the sounds, didn't we? There's also, I don't understand. I would say my criticism with this is this thing. Like, I don't know. I just, in an actual session, I'm just looking at this thing going, why? Why is this animated thing? It doesn't move around. Even that, God, that plugin, that drum plugin where you can move the slime around. It's like, that's cool, but like, fuck, I don't want that in my session. Bird soundscape. I think I tested this one already. It wasn't that crazy. Yeah, Visco, that's the one. Do they have any other ones that we don't want to miss out on yet before we close this? Hand pans in the forest. All right, I'll bite. Yeah, there is. I'll figure out the name of that other one in a minute. I like this. It makes me feel like I'm playing with clouds, sort of the module slash everything else, and but I don't have as long of a sample time. I guess that's why there's a pitch shifter, right? Because everything is kind of stuck. Yoga mix. God, what is that? I think it's neuro something, maybe. N-synth? I'll find it. I'll Google it real fast. N-synth Super. Nope, that's the hardware one. It was a VST and a Ableton instrument. I built the N-synth Super and it was not super. I swear they had a pre-built VST for it. Well, anyway. I mean, I guess so. You could use my MIDI devices if you need to. You're hearing FL Studio right now, by the way. Not the... Shut this thing up. Pan flute and a sawtooth synth. I think it is, you can like kind of play chords. So anyway, somewhere there exists a VST plugin for that, but it's also like not really that I don't know. I mean, I talked about this in a video, just one of my recent videos, where it's like it's all cool, but it's like you're not going to use it for music production. It's just kind of blah. Concatenator. God, what is the company that makes that? I hold on. I feel bad. Concatenator VST. Yes, Datamind Audio. Okay. I'm very familiar with them. Super nice guys. I've spoken to them plenty of times. I think I have Combobulator. I think. I don't know if I have. I really should do a stream on that. I should just ask them for one. They brought me Scottish cookies at NAMM. Ran into me, gave me some Scottish cookies. Yeah, Combobulator. I'm sure it's an old version that's gonna like crash. I thought it might even be a beta for all I know. Yeah, we got Mr. Bill. I have the Mr. Bill pack for it. So weird. It's such a weird plugin. It's just like one of those things where you're just like, why? But awesome, but also why? Just try and find a normal drum beat. This had so much latency. Sure, whatever, this will be fine. 132, all right. And this will go to channel 3, all right. Whoa. I appreciate how it's different every time. I'm confused. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty badass. Rob Cloud. Yeah, it really does have a mind of its own, doesn't it? I feel like these presets aren't actually correlated to anything right now. What happens if we just play like a keyboard? Nothing really. Oh, I'm playing the beat. That's why I'm not playing the actual synth. There we go. Huh. Yeah, it does kind of warm place vibes. Yeah, yeah, I'm digging it. Reverb is not great. There's I just whenever I want a long reverb, I always just go back to Black Hole Immersive. It really is the best. I hate it because it's also expensive. Like I hate saying it's the best because it seems like it's gatekeepy because it is so goddamn expensive. But weirdest organ. Yeah, this is definitely the closest I've come to using one of these plugins. I wonder if I have concatenator in my... Let's see if I have a license for it. I might. My download is running in the background. What does that mean? Sorry, I'm on that. I just don't want to dox my license. But I am logged into their webpage. I'm really intrigued by concatenator. Yeah, I don't know if I have a license or not. Oh wow, there's a bunch of new brains too for this. Okay, so I'm downloading concatenator. Q&A time while I download and install concatenator. I think that's how you say it, right? Concatenator. Concatenator. Sorry, there we go. All right. Let's chew some gum. get this moving. Have a combo. For the 30 minutes I got left, we'll try this new plugin. If I do actually have a license to it, I may just not know how the process works. Yeah, it seems good. Like it seems like it's one of those things that would like give me an idea and then I'd abandon it after turning it into a song. Like I'd, that original part would be completely gone by the time I finished it, but this is actually a pretty quick install. I think I may already have it all sorted. Work on my license here. Find manage plugins, find install plugins. I did really appreciate that SynPlant. If anybody's familiar with what I'm talking about, there's that SynPlant like sound cloner. I did appreciate that. And again, it's like one of those things that's not useful, but it was super innovative. Favorite food? Probably some type of Indian curry. I don't know, man. Nigerian curry with puff puff. I'm getting really into that lately. It's good. I'm getting addicted to Nigerian food, and it sucks because if anybody's ever been to a legit Nigerian restaurant, they like make food in the morning and sometimes into the afternoon, and then you just get the food that you ordered. And sometimes it's new, sometimes it's not new. Sometimes it's been sitting there all day. Sorry, I'll show you what I'm looking at right now. It's a little bit of a. I don't seem to be able to make this any smaller, so I'm just enjoying that situation. um, anyway, let's go back to here so you don't have to look at that. Yeah, but Nigerian curry and puff puff, but this always changes. But Indian food is always way up there too. Like I really, really love Indian food. I'm trying all my pass. Oh, I got it. I have a version. I just need to make it way, way smaller so it fits on my screen. Because for some reason, I'm assuming it's just not been. Let's see, sizing 100%. Oh yeah, we got it. We're in. We did it. Sweet. Yeah. Nigerian curry is like any Nigerian food is like next level spice, and I think that's why I like it so much. Is because I really like spicy shit. All right, so I have no idea what's going on here. Do I just add files like this? Oh, no shit. Okay. Oh, cool. This is so much better in terms of like latency. Yeah, this is just like a futuristic grain. My CPU's just like rip. I mean, whatever. You can't expect them to be executing GPU stuff from VST, but that would be okay. So let's like load a song. One of these. Okay, so this shuffles both. I don't want that just yet. Yeah, when I think of good Indian food, I think of curry. Like I literally, when I think of like when I think of good English food, I think of curry, because like all of the best meals that I've had in England were curry. Oh, okay, so these are ones that came with it. That is so Mr. Oizo. Oh no, I mean I don't mean to be like one of those braggart dudes about that, but literally last weekend we went to an Indian restaurant and I ordered something Indian hot, and the guy warned me. He was just like, nobody likes it that hot. Like just get it normal hot. Normal hot's extremely hot. And I was like, are you sure, man? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, this isn't hot enough. Like I just have this issue where I like need my taste buds. Like I've just blown out my taste buds. Um, when yeah, like, and it's funny because most people associate maybe just from like comedy movies and shit. Like a lot of people when I'm like, oh, let's get Indian food, and they're like, oh, we're going here afterwards. I don't want that going on in my stomach. Like, I don't want to feel it. Or oh, I'm gonna be on the toilet all night. And I'm like literally I feel way sicker when I eat like mac and cheese or McDonald's or like, a hamburger or something than I do when I eat curry. Like super spicy food. Like sometimes you feel it when it's coming out, but it doesn't like make me super, you know, uh diarrhea-ish. I don't know. Well, whatever people think that it does. But I mean, maybe it does affect some people that way, especially if they don't eat it all the time. But yeah, I generally, yeah, exactly. I feel so good after spice, especially in the summer. I mean, I like it all the time, but I in the summer, I really love spice. Get to my sweat glands moving a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Angel Trace. Oh shit, we're just loading all of this stuff together. Okay, so I don't want all of this at once. Let's just stick. So are these all voices? Nature Foley, okay. But that being said, like real Nigerian food, like real Nigerian curry, that is the first food in a long time to make me have to like slow my meal down. Be like, oh, okay, this is really, really hot. It's next level heat. Yeah, I like this because I just do not understand what's happening at all, and I kind of dig it. Like, I don't understand what's making the pattern, or, I feel like I'm missing some massive control. Like there's something that I'm not seeing that I should be seeing. Yeah, so I'm not, yeah, the source sound I have right now is, where the hell there? There's mix control. Just that. But yeah, maybe if I play a more interesting one. Or open up the filter even. Never mind, filter's open. Digital swallow. Wow, this one's gonna be big. Okay, so when I play a note, yeah, no, it's not really correlated that much. Maybe it is a little bit. That's my note. Oh yeah, I guess it is. It's just weird as hell. Alright, let's play an A minor. I am in one-shot mode, but I think if I leave one-shot mode, I'll probably... Jesus Christ. Alright. Alright, let's play that beat. It's pretty badass. Yeah, pretty crazy. Quantized one-shots. This is, by the way, I'm playing a tone, right? So... Yeah, I still don't entirely get what's happening, which is... Okay, so now I get it. The rhythm's coming from these. That's pretty crazy. Again, this is all from one wave. Sorry. So if we have a beat on it, alright, now let's figure out how to just make them closer together. That way we can get something a little... There we go. Now we're talking. Wow. I like the noise in the LFOs. It's crazy too. Okay, so let's sync all these up. 2 sample and holds. Do we have those? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, the little circles just connect them to things. I'm just like trying to figure out what everything does before. Yeah, so like stickiness. I guess that means that it like sticks around the sample long enough, and then analysis controls. This is our spectral weight. Particles do not sound. Oh, interesting. So let's. All right, let's move up with that now. Yeah, it's almost like too many. It's almost there. It's almost where I want it. Augmented drums. It's like too loose. It's the best way I could describe it. Well, let's just load one from scratch then, huh? Okay, I mean, I'm sure I have a million drum libraries. One shots, look at that. Guitar on one shots. Okay, can we just drop these in? Wow, that's crazy. Okay, snare one shots. Whoa. Okay. Just like making the weirdest jazz drummer on accident. Oh wait, one last thing. And then if we're in one-shot mode, oh, crazy. so fucking crazy. I'm like so close to getting something that's like purposeful. Backyard. Yeah, I would say like maybe in whatever next version they have, maybe like a language that's a little bit more. I mean, I just bet that would work out well for them for people trying the demo. Like if the language is a little bit more, I don't want to say creative, I guess, to where people understand what's happening. Yeah, okay, this I like. So what if I play like a chord just to... Yeah, like I mean it's just so unpersonal, if that makes sense. Yeah, you can tell this is more sound design than music. Maybe, yeah, I guess if you were like what if I just load my own sounds in here? Let's see. Do I have any sound packs? Or some of my Patreon ones? All my metronomes. Two metronomes. Yeah, what happens if you only have one sound? Let's load my 12 metronomes in. Oh, this is ambisonic. I don't know if this is going to load. Is it? No, it's stereo. Never mind. Nope, it's Fuma. Oh, the 2 metronomes is Fuma. Okay. This is the 12 metronomes. Okay, that's kind of what I expected. Oh, you know what would be good? The impulses I made for that plugin. Let's see. Lunacy Audio, Impulse Raw. Output. Yeah, okay. So I have a bunch of like physics impulses. Let me make sure that they're capable of going into this session because I think I recorded them at insane. Yeah, okay, let's not use the 32-bit ones. Yeah, these are some weird impulses I made for Lunacy. Euler's in a vacuum. Everybody loves a Euler's disc. Houston Cistern. It's where they used to keep all the water under Houston. And then, I don't know, something happened and now they keep it somewhere else, but you could go down there and clap. Large vacuum container bump. Metal ball ceramic roll. Wood spin. Wood loop. Piano punch. Oh yeah, that's my racing bike. I have a stereo underwater mic that is like all it's really good for. Nothing like bouncy balls in the washer. Okay, let's take all these and load them into this wonky ass plugin. Nice. Oh, I'm like, what is making that noise? But it's that vacuum tube. now, you know what we could do before we leave? Maybe we could actually use factor synth with that nice little vacuum container sound. Oh, actually, there's also the X-Syn one here. Maybe not. And try and make a nice little rhythm track. Definitely weird. Just keep randomizing it until I get something I like. I wish I could pitch this down in here. I'm sure I can, I just can't figure it out. And this will time shift it, correct? And let's set this up to be host. Now this is AI slop. You know what we need? FL Studio's version of sausage fattener. It's like the only thing that fits with this is like whole tone, just because whole tone also. Yeah, there's just no music to be made with this fucking sound, is there? Yeah, there's no melody to this, really. It would have to be something strange and patty and odd, and this plugin doesn't have anything like that. Maybe something like... Yeah, there's no way you could really make an experimental sound with this, other than... At least not with the good sounds. Excellent plugin, but not for this genre. Oh, this will be a fun delusion. If you crank up the poly and the particles, it sounds like my CPU spiking. Amp all the way down. I'll have to take that off. Yeah, it's weird. I keep hearing sounds that aren't there. I keep like I heard a train whistle, and I heard like crickets. Anyway, I mean it's probably just psychoacoustic nonsense, but yeah. Anyway, that was a fun and mellow and not great sounding stream. That went way over time. Jeez, what am I doing? Gotta get back to work. I mean, I suppose this is work, but gotta get back to other work. Got videos to make. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. I will probably have a video out next week, I hope. I have to finish all the monologues and all the editing, all the post-production, and then have an attorney okay everything. Because it's probably the most legally presumptuous, or no, not presumptuous, legally promiscuous video I've made so far. So that'll be fun. Well, anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And maybe I'll do, if I have time this weekend, maybe I'll do a random SDR radio stream. Those are a lot of fun. It's fun to surf the radio waves with the public. Yeah, the one thing I've been trying to do with SDR is get video, but it's just really like every single piece of software that tries to do that is 10 years old plus, or Russian. Not that I'm like worried about a virus or anything like that, but it's hard to get, Russian servers are kind of not very easily accessible right now. So yeah, anyway, thank you. Yeah, bird video is a fun one to make. I was going to make a video going through a lot of the bird sounds, but I feel like I just put them on Patreon. So why would I, everybody else can do that. That's the whole point of it. Have fun yourself. You don't need me. All right. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend, and bye.